discuss the new topic equipotential surface. What is equipotential surface? From the name equipotential, it is clear that suppose we have a surface having uniform charge distribution, then the potential, when the potential at each and every point on that surface is same. Suppose here potential is 5 volt, here 5 volt, each and every point potential is same, then such type of the surface is called equipotential surface. Then what will be the definition of equipotential surface? Any surface over which potential, any surface over which electric potential due to charge distribution is same is called equipotential surface. At each and every point on the surface, potential will be same. Now we will discuss about the different property of that electrostatic potential and the what will be the pattern of electropotential surface for different group of charges. Now we see properties of equipotential surface. Property first, work done to bring a charge on any equipotential surface will be zero. Why? Suppose this board is our equipotential surface and we want to move any charge. Suppose we have a plus Q charge and we want to moving this charge from point A to point B, and in this situation there will be no work done for moving the charge from point A to point B. Why? Because potential on both points will be same. The first property is that work done for moving a charge on equipotential surface is zero. From formula we can easily obtain it, these properties, because we know that work done, we have to find out work done is zero. How work done is zero? That we know that the potential difference that means VA minus VB equal to W by Q. In previous topic, the definition of potential difference is that the work done to move unit charge, VA minus VB equal to W by Q. It is used formula in previous topic. But for equipotential surface, we know that for equipotential surface, VA equal to VB. VA equal to VB. That means W by Q equal to 0 because VA and VB are equal. In this situation, W will be equal to 0. That means work done to move any charge from one point to another point will be 0. It is the first property. Now we see the second one property of equipotential surface. The electric intensity is directly proportional to electric intensity is perpendicular to surface area. How can we find it? We know that in first property W equal to 0, and we know that W is E ds cos theta. W is equal to E ds cos theta. E ds cos theta means dot product of E into ds will be 0, and we know that property of two scalar quantity, dot product of two vector quantity is 0, then both are perpendicular to each other. In 11th class we see that the dot product of two vector A dot B is 0, then vector A will be perpendicular to vector B. In this situation, E will be perpendicular of ds. It is the second property of equipotential surface, that the intensity is always perpendicular to surface area of equipotential surface. Okay. Now the third property is that two equipotential surface. Suppose we have one equipotential surface and another one is second equipotential surface. Two equipotential surface never intersect each other. This question is just similar to in a previous chapter, there two line of force never intersect each other. Property of electric line of force is that two line of force never intersect to each other. Why? If they intersect to each other, there will be two direction of electric field. Two direction of electric field at the point of intersection, which is impossible. Similarly, here, if two equipotential surface intersect to each other, then there will be at point of intersection two values of potential, which is impossible. If they intersect, then there will be two value of equipotential at the point of intersection, which is impossible. That means there will be two questions for examination. Why two line of force never intersect each other? Then answer will be, if they intersect to each other, there will be two direction of electric field. Two direction of electric field at the point of intersection. But suppose question is coming, why two equipotential surface don't intersect to each other? Then answer will be, if they intersect to each other, then at a point of intersection there will be two value of potential, two values. Here two direction, two values of potential, which is impossible. Then third one property is two equipotential surface don't intersect to each other. Now we draw the different patterns of equipotential surface for different charges. Suppose first one for point charge. What will be the pattern of equipotential surface? Suppose we have plus Q charge present here. Then this circle of definite radius, another one circle of greater radius, another one similarly. It has radius R1, second one has R2, third one has radius R3. These 1, 2 and 3 surface will be equipotential surface. Why? Because at the surface of radius R1, that means in surface 1, all the points situated on the circumference will be at same distance from that charge, and potential will be same, because we know that potential is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon R. Means charge is potential is depend on only of charge and R distance. For this surface, charge is same, this surface is same affected by that charge, and R is the distance, R is constant for all point present on the circumference. Therefore, Suppose V1 is the potential for first surface, then potential V1 is same each and every point of the surface. Similarly for R2, potential is same, then that will be the equipotential surface. It will be the equipotential surface. Equipotential surface means suppose in this point there will be 5 volt potential, then here 5 volt again, here 5 volt again. Each and every point on the that circumference of radius R3, the potential will be same. But suppose first surface have potential V1, second have V2, and third one have V3. Why these are differ? Because distance is differ for each circumference. We know that R1 is greater than R2 greater than R3. Distance wise, R1 is less than R2 and R2 is less than R3. From this equation, for smaller radius, there will be more potential. That means V1 is greater than V2 and V2 is greater than that of V3. So this will be the spherical pattern of point charges. Now for uniform electric field, suppose we have uniform electric field, and you know that very well the pattern of electric line of force for uniform electric field. Second one, for uniform electric field. Uniform electric field is represented by, in this pattern, it represents the uniform electric field. Therefore, intensity is directed from this side to this side, means in this direction positive charge will be present, here negative charge is to be present. Suppose at that position here surface 1 and it will be the surface 2. The surface 1 have each and every point have same potential, means surface 1 is equipotential surface, also surface 2 will be equipotential surface. The pattern of equipotential surface is of this type when the electric field is uniform. Now for another charges, suppose the pattern of electric field for an electric dipole. Electric dipole, that means plus and minus. The pattern of electric dipole in such a way, due to plus, different potential will be applied. This is the potential due to first charge. This, it will be the pattern of equipotential surface for plus and minus. But in the case of when both charges are pluses, positive charge, both charges are positive charge, then pattern of equipotential surface will be in such a way. This type. These are the pattern of equipotential surface. Okay. And another one property of equipotential surface we discuss here is that in previous topic we derived the relation between electric potential and electric intensity is that electric intensity is equal to of minus dV upon dr. Electric intensity is negative gradient of electric potential. It is the relation between electric intensity and potential. From this equation, we observe that dV is constant for equipotential surface. For equipotential surface, dV is constant, no change in potential. Potential throughout the surface is same. That means dV is constant. dV is constant. That means E is inversely proportional to dr. That means E inversely proportional to dr. Then what happens? If distance increases, intensity increases. Means a surface where intensity is strong, the equipotential surface separated far away. Separated far away. It is the conclusion for equipotential surface. Where electric field is strong, the equipotential surface are situated rarely. When electric field is small, then equipotential surfaces are crowded, situated closer to each other. Okay. Now we discuss about next important topic of this chapter. Electric potential. We discuss about electric potential up to this time. Now we discuss about capacitance. What is capacitance? What is capacity? And you know very well about the word capacitor. In many electronic devices, capacitor is to be used. Then we discuss about the device capacitor here. Firstly, we know capacity or capacitance of conductor. Most important topic for your board examination and the competition view of points. Capacity or capacitance of conductor. Suppose we have a conductor. We have a conductor named A. And you know very well, when charge is given to that conductor, its potential rises. ठीक वैसे ही इसको समझिए, पोटेंशियल को भी, कि सपोज हमारे पास एक कोई कंटेनर है और कंटेनर में हम पानी डाल रहे हैं, वाटर डाल रहे हैं इसके अंदर। पानी डालने से क्या होता है कि इस वाटर का लेवल बढ़ता है। क्वांटिटी डाल रहे हैं वाटर की क्वांटिटी डालने से इसके लेवल इसका इंक्रीज होता है। वैसे ही जब कोई कंडक्टर को चार्ज देते हैं तो उसका पोटेंशियल बढ़ता है। यहाँ हमने वर्ड यूज किया है लेवल, तो यहाँ वर्ड यूज होता है पोटेंशियल। तो व्हेन चार्ज इज गिवन टू अ कंडक्टर, its potential rise up, and we observe that as the charge increase, proportionality potential increase. That means Q proportional to P. Q proportional to V, proportionality constant taken as C. That means C equal to Q by V. This proportionality constant C is called capacity or capacitance of that conductor. That means here we obtain the formula for capacitance, that it is the ratio of charge to voltage. The simple definition of capacity or capacitance of conductor is that it is defined as the ratio of charge to the potential. But here we define in other way, is that suppose if V equal to 1 volt, then C will be equal to a Q. Now the other definition of capacity will be what? The capacity of any conductor. Capacity of any conductor is defined as the amount of given charge. Capacity of any conductor is defined as amount of given charge, which will increase its potential by 1 volt. यानी इतना चार्ज दो कोई कंडक्टर को कि उसका पोटेंशियल 1 वोल्ट राइज अप हो जाए, तो तब हम बोलेंगे कि उस कंडक्टर की कैपेसिटी कितनी है, 1 फैराड है, कैपेसिटी 1 है. तो कैपेसिटी की क्या डेफिनेशन हो गई कि कैपेसिटी इज डिफाइंड एज द अमाउंट ऑफ चार्ज विच विल इंक्रीज इट्स पोटेंशियल बाय 1 वोल्ट. तो हमने अभी यहाँ पे इसका फार्मूला देखा, इसकी डेफिनेशन देख लिए. डेफिनेशन दो तरीके से होगी. कैपेसिटी इज डिफाइंड एज द रेशियो ऑफ Q एंड V, and in this way. Now what will be the unit of capacity? We know that C equal to Q by V. The capacity of unit will be the ratio of unit of both two. Ratio of both two. That means unit of C will be coulomb per volt. Coulomb per volt. And it is represented by farad. Then SI unit of capacity is farad. Now we define unit of capacity, means define 1 farad. From this equation, 1 farad equal to, its unit is farad, its coulomb, its volt. Then 1 farad equal to 1 coulomb upon 1 volt. Then easily we can define what is 1 farad. That means 1 farad capacity is that capacity of conductor when 1 coulomb charge is given to a conductor. 1 coulomb charge is given to a conductor. Suppose we have a conductor, and when we give 1 coulomb charge, then its potential rise up by 1 volt. Then capacity of that conductor is said to be 1 farad. It is the definition of 1 farad. Now we discuss about condenser or capacitor. Capacitor. Its market name is condenser. What is condenser or capacitor? The main property of condenser is that to store the charge. In many devices, electronic devices, condenser is to be used to store the charge storage device. Now we describe about capacitor. Capacitor or condenser. Capacitor or condenser are combination of two conductors. Suppose we have two conducting wire A and B, and separated by air or vacuum or some dielectric media, then the in which one conductor is charged and another conductor is earthed. This combination is called capacitor. That means what is capacitor? Then what is capacitor? Then your answer will be capacitor is combination of two conductors separated by some dielectric media, in which one conductor is insulated, charged insulated, and another one is earthed. That combination is called capacitor. Okay. Now, what two conductors are used in this capacitor? What will be the principle behind it? Now we discuss about the principle of capacitor, which is very important. Now we discuss about principle of capacitor. Principle of capacitor. Dear student, we know that in capacitor there are two conductors. Firstly, we assume we have a conductor A having charge plus Q. This charge is separated over its surface uniformly. When Q charge is given to that conductor, potential is developed by V. Then capacity of that conductor will be C equal to Q by V. It is the simple formula. When we want to increase its capacity, then from this formula we can increase its capacity by decrease in voltage, either decrease in voltage or increase in charge. Suppose we use total charge given to the conductor, and again we want to increase the capacity, then what process should be applied? Suppose Q is a constant, then only one method is remaining, that when we decrease the potential, capacity will be increased. In this way, we place another conductor near to it. Thus, due to induction, opposite charge in a same quantity is to be induced to the inner side of that conductor, and same charge is induced on other side of conductor due to induction. Number of quantities, same amount of charge is induced, but in the near surface opposite charge is produced, and outer surface same charge is produced. In this situation, capacity becomes C dash equal to Q upon V minus V1 plus V2. What is V1 and V2? V1 is the potential developed due to that minus charge here. V1 is the potential due to minus charge. V is the potential due to that positive. V1 due to that minus, and V2 is potential developed on that surface due to that positive charge. From this equation, it is clear that V1 decrease the potential, but V2 increase. Overall, since negative charge is near to that of that positive charge, thus overall capacity C test increases as compared to C, because V1 is greater than V2. Because V1 is greater than V2. Why V1 is greater? Because this negative charge is more near than that induced positive charge. Now, suppose this plate is earth. Again, I repeat the diagram. Same charge is present here. Another conductor in which opposite charge is induced on inner side and same charge is induced on other side. When conductor B is earthed, connected to earth, it is the representation for earthing. When conductor B is earthed, then all positive charge goes to earth, outer surface of that conductor. That means in this situation, the capacitance becomes only of Q upon V1 minus V minus V1. V2 is 0. That means C double dash will be greater than of C dash, greater than of C. In this way, we observe that without any change in supply of charge and shape of conductor, the capacity increases. But for this, simply we bring a conductor near to it and earth to them. It is the principle of capacitor. In one word, in one line, the principle of capacitor can be written that when uncharged earthed conductor is placed near to charged conductor. Please bear this mind. It is the important point of this topic. When uncharged earth conductor is placed near to charged conductor, its potential decreases and hence capacity increases. It is the principle of capacitor, completed in only 2 lines. What is the principle of capacitance? Then your answer will be when uncharged earthed conductor, suppose it is a charged conductor and we want to capacity of this conductor. Q charge is given to it, V potential is developed across it, and we want to increase its capacity. Then what process should be applied? Then we take another identical conductor but uncharged conductor and earth conductor placed near to it simply. When uncharged earth conductor is placed near to it, its capacity increases. It is the principle of capacity. Okay. There are many types of condenser. The symbol of condenser is that 2 lines of equal length draw. It is the symbol for capacitor. If one line is small, then it becomes representation for cell. So please draw 2 equal lines to represent the symbol of capacitor. There will be 3 types of capacitor. First, parallel plate capacitor, spherical capacitor, cylindrical capacitor. Mainly there are 3 types of capacitor: parallel plate capacitor, spherical capacitor and cylindrical capacitor. Name depend on size of capacitor, shape of conductor. But in our syllabus we discuss only about parallel plate capacitor, its expression, its derivation and numericals on the parallel plate capacitor. In our syllabus only parallel plate capacitor is, and spherical condenser and cylindrical condenser not in our syllabus. So now we discuss about parallel plate capacitor, short name PPC. By name of parallel plate capacitor, it consists of two parallel wires. Here the diagram of parallel plate capacitor. A plate A having charge plus Q, another parallel plate, identical conductor. Due to induction, same amount of opposite charge induced and earthed. It is the diagram for parallel plate capacitor. The cross section area of, since both conductor are identical, let D distance between both plate. D is the distance between both plate, and A for cross sectional area of plates, of each plate. Is cross sectional area. Now we derive expression for capacity of that parallel plate capacitor. It is the most important expression, that expression for parallel plate capacitor. Dear student, we know that the electric intensity between the plate is given by E equal to sigma upon epsilon naught. Sigma is the surface charge density. Suppose Q is total charge, then sigma will be Q upon A and epsilon naught. E equal to Q upon epsilon naught. Again we know that potential V equal to E into D. Electric potential is equal to of intensity into distance. In a previous chapter we observed that E equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon D square. Suppose D is the distance. V equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon D. By dividing them we get this. That means it is the important point to derive this expression V equal to ED. Our target is that to find the capacity, of that parallel capacitor, and we know that capacity have only one formula, C equal to Q by V, means we find the value of V. The value of V depend on E and D. So we write the formula for it. That way, V equal to ED, by putting the value of E, it will be QD upon A epsilon naught. Since capacity equal to Q by V, by putting the value of V here, Q to Q cancel, then we get A epsilon naught by D. It is the formula for capacity of that parallel plate conductor. But it is the formula for capacity of parallel plate condenser in a case when there is no dielectric media between the plate, means there is air or vacuum is present. It can be written as in such a way Ca equal to A epsilon naught by D. Suppose K is the dielectric constant. K is the dielectric constant put up between the plate, then formula will be Cm equal to Ak epsilon naught by D. Why Ak epsilon naught by D? Because here E will be sigma upon K epsilon naught, here K epsilon naught. then it will be AK epsilon naught by D. It is the formula for capacity of parallel plate capacitor when there is present dielectric media between the plate. That means K will be Cm upon Ca from equation, suppose it is the equation 1 and 2, from by comparing equation 1 and 2 we get that K equal to Cm by Ca. That means dielectric constant also can be defined as the ratio of capacity when ratio of capacity in the medium to the capacity in air. But in first chapter we define the K in such a way that K equal to Fa by Fm. That means ratio of force are air to medium, but here to medium to air. Capacity is directly proportional to K. Okay. Now our point is that how can you increase the capacity of parallel plate capacitor? How can you increase the capacity of parallel plate capacitor? From equation 2 it is clear that by putting the dielectric constant between the plate we can increase the capacity of parallel plate capacitor by increasing area and by decreasing distance between both plates. When both plates are near to each other, capacity increases. Near to each other, capacity increases. When dielectric media is present here, capacity increases. Or cross-sectional area should be increased. Okay. So it is the expression for parallel plate capacitor when fully air is present between the two plates, fully dielectric media is placed between the two plates, but suppose this area is partially filled by dielectric, then what happened on the expression on capacity? What will be the expression of capacity? Now we discuss for partially filled dielectric media between the plate. Our next topic is suppose we insert a dielectric medium between the plate of thickness T and original distance between the plate is D and T is the thickness of any dielectric media. That means in T thickness there will be dielectric media and D minus T space air is present. In T space dielectric media present and remaining area D minus T, there will be air. Therefore in this case intensity will be equal to potential will be equal to V equal to V, know that we see in previous topic. Then it will be the sum of both cases, intensity in air, then distance will be D minus T and intensity for medium thickness will be T because total distance is D. In T thickness dielectric media then can be written as EM into T. EM that means intensity for dielectric media and remaining distance is D minus T, intensity for air. Now E can be written as sigma upon K epsilon naught. Sigma upon K epsilon naught. But in case of air K equal to 1, it will be D minus T. Here sigma upon K epsilon naught, K is the dielectric media, into T. Okay, then V will be equal to a sigma upon epsilon naught in bracket d minus t plus t upon k. T upon k. Now sigma can be written as q upon a. Then it will be q upon a epsilon naught, sigma equal to q by a. Sigma is surface charge density, q upon a. Putting the value of sigma here. Now d minus t taken as common, here 1 minus 1 by k. 1 minus 1 by k. Therefore, capacity becomes, formula of capacity is C equal to Q by V. By putting the value of V from here, we get C equal to Q to Q cancel, and this terms comes in upper side, numerator side. Then becomes A epsilon naught upon D minus T 1 minus 1 by K. It is the important formula, important expression for capacity for partially filled dielectric media between the plate of capacitor. In this equation, different cases should be solved. First, case 1, if d equal to t, what happened when d equal to t? Means half portion is covered with dielectric media, d equal to t. If d equal to t, then it becomes C equal to A epsilon naught d minus d 1 minus 1 by k. D minus d, C equal to A epsilon naught upon d minus d plus d by k. D by k. Such type of expression is to be obtained. Suppose metal plate is inserted between the plates. Metal plate is kept between two conductors. For metal plate, the dielectric constant is infinity. Then in equation 1, k will be infinity, means C becomes A epsilon naught by d minus k only. Why? D minus t only. Because value of k is infinity for metal plate. 1 by k is 0. Therefore, different cases is to be obtained.